So it's something that I really and truly love doing.
So you're accepting new clients now?
I am not.
Okay.
I
love it.
not.
I am not. I am busy.
They said the early bird gon' get the worm. Feel like I'm stuck in line, waiting my turn. All of the L's I took are lessons I learned. Success, it gotta be earned. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me. Tell me why they. Find me in the middle of the map, right in the center. I'm a saint right now, but we all born sinners. Take a couple L's if you wanna be a winner. When I think about the beat, it's synonymous with dinner. I've been eating too long, still starving. Sowing seed like I got my own garden. And I'm talking to the king while I'm flipping through James, making sure my cardiac don't harden. Mind your manners, Midwest flow, country grammar, out the slammer, way too free. And I rep my set. Young OG, loves my drug and IOD. Prize my heel, my Achilles. Yeah, I mean that it come before the fall. Grace deserving all. My son had me dead, Yahweh took it all. I spit the truth in the booth, shaking lies off for ya. My God, covered in the blood, you would think that I was fangs on Dracula. My God, flip it all around, you would think he had your life on spatula. All ops will get massacred on the day that he comes right back for us. They said the early bird gon' get the worm. Feel like I'm stuck in line, waiting my turn. All of the L's I took are lessons I learned. Success, it gotta be earned. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me. Tell me why they sleeping on me. On me.
Alright, y'all, we're tuned in for another episode of Make That Radio Show. I'm your host, Andreas, and I have a fellow content creator in, what it is, I guess the official title is Mompreneur?
Momager.
Or Momager?
Yeah. That's on my channel called Momager Life.
Oh, Momager. We have G, or I guess G George, according to, what was it, the Instagram or YouTube? Both. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all go and support. Before we get into this interview, y'all make sure stars, send those stars, and if you have not already, go ahead and download that Make That Radio Show app. But thank you, Bill. I'm like, you could be like, nah, I don't want to, get interviewed by you.
Never.
So, you are a full-time entrepreneur. You manage your kids. You manage 5 other additional kids. You get these kids paid to do content creation and going to all these various events. You're in the, brands, I guess, sponsorships and movies, and I guess what else would that fall under?
Get on anything regarding modeling or acting and social media influencing. So modeling, acting, social media influencing is my go-to thing for kids.
That's what's up. So I want to talk about that because one, as in my email I stated, it's kind of hard finding people in this area that's actually doing what you're doing and getting paid and doing it full time. Because a lot of people, they have this misconception of how you start getting paid through social media influencing and content creation. And then I don't think a lot of people are willing to do the things that you have to do. So let's, I guess, rewind it a little bit. Your kids started when they were about 5 months, so I guess the oldest.
Yes, my oldest was 5 months, and my youngest was 1 year old when she started.
Okay. So I guess like your oldest is how old now?
She is 7.
Oh, so yeah, okay, so this is like 6.5 years of doing this. What started it?
Honestly, I was on Instagram and I literally just posted my baby picture. Her picture went, I call it semi-viral, where it's like a lot of people still interacted from my own page. And like once that happened, it was like people kept following my personal page, and I was like posting a lot about her, not myself.
Yeah.
So I had to make her own account and kind of target those people over there to go to her account. And once those people went to her account, the following just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Her pictures kept going semi-viral, like on their own. It wasn't nothing I made happen. It just posted the pictures. And I actually got a message on Instagram from this lady. And I thought that it was a scam. But she was like, I'd love to have your baby come participate in a photo shoot with us for Pampers. And I was like, this don't sound real. She gave me an address. She told me everything I needed to do about getting her certified to work in the state of Georgia, which was what she first told me to do. So I was like, okay. I looked up how to get your kid certified, find out that's legit. You're supposed to do all that. So I did that. I went. First I told my mom, because, yeah. But I told her, she was like, just give it a try. Like, it ain't gonna hurt just to go see. If she gave you all this information, we can just ride up there and go see. So we rode to Atlanta to go see. And then we got to this building, and it kind of looked like an abandoned building. So I was like, I don't know if we should do this. And the dude was like, are you here for the commercial? And I was like, yeah. He was like, what's your name? And I told him my baby name was Ziana. He looked on the list and he was like, she's on the list, so you can come in. Came in, it was like a whole bunch of other moms there with their babies and stuff. It was actually a legit commercial. She did the commercial. The lights was on, so it kind of bothered her a lot. And she was like freaking out. She was 5 months old. She didn't, she hadn't been around too many other people other than me. So yeah. So they told me to bring her back. It was like, this is not gonna work out for her. We're gonna cut her part out of this commercial, but if you're interested in still working, give me a call. The lady gave me her business card. I came home. I thought about it and I was like, she didn't like it. I don't think we're gonna go back. So I kind of just brushed it off. Never did it again. My baby was like 3 years old. We was in Target in Warner Robins. Pushing her in the stroller and she just stops. And you know the pictures that's inside the store? And she's like, I want to be like those people. And I'm like, what do you mean? At first, I thought, okay, me being me, so I'm like, be yourself. Be like nobody else. And she was like, okay. Like, she was looking at me like I was kind of crazy. But then I thought about it and I figured out what she was talking about. And I was like, oh, cool, I get what you're saying. So then I kind of just still was like, I don't know how to get her back into that, like get my foot back in that door. So it was like I was rumbling through my closet one day and the card came.
You had that card, so that's over 2.5 years.
That card was still in my closet.
That's what's up.
Yes, I called the lady from that number. Her name is Stacy. And she still works with my kids sometimes, but her name is Stacy Wimblish. I called her back and I was like, hi, I don't know if you remember me. And she was like, what's your daughter's Instagram? And I told her my daughter's Instagram and she looked it up on Instagram. And I changed the name of her Instagram because it was her name, Ziana Avella, at that time. But I changed it to the Dennis Sisters because I had another baby. And she was like, I remember. Like, you can come meet up with me. We can have an interview. And I met up with her and I brought my baby to talk. And of course she wasn't talking like how she is now, but she always been this very open girl. So it's like when she went, she was still happy and talking, telling her age, things like that. And she was like, she's very smart, all those type of things. And she'll love to still work with me in management for my daughter at the time. So I was like, okay, I did that. We started working with her. And she basically opened up every door from here on out for me, because once I went to her about my daughter when she was 3 years old, she was telling me what to do. She told me how to get my baby on sets with things and all that type of thing. I did what she told me to do with no question asked. I was doing it. And we was getting booked for gigs. And my daughter went to her next gig, and I remember sitting on set while she was actually there, and I'm like, I can do this. I can do this myself. Like, I don't really need a management for it, because I know 24/7 I can do this. I don't have nothing else I do. Like, I can do this every day. And it was something I already had wanted to do, but with adults, like I was saying, in music. So it was like once I seen that I could do this with kids, I didn't even know to me it was like a whole different world seeing it with kids, because I had seen it with adults. I never seen it with kids. So once I did see that, I was like, I want to do this. And I kept going to her and I kept telling her, like, I want to do it. And she was like, you got to really be focused, was all she kept telling me. You got to really be focused. You got to know this is what you want to do. You got to put your best foot forward if it's what you want to do. And I kept telling her, like, I'm ready to do it. Whatever you want me to do, I will do if you train me on how to do it. She did it eventually. It took her a long time, but she actually did it. She
probably wanted to make sure that, you know, you was actually going to be there for long haul, because I can imagine, because she was the manager, right? Because a lot of people approach managers because they are the, they're the entry point into a lot of other stuff. And they get bombarded all the time. And I'm sure you're starting to get bombarded with stuff now. So you're going through the same stuff she's already been through as far as like growth and weeding out people, whatever. Because I get bombarded with different stuff, whatever. So I can definitely imagine, you know, that was what that was probably for. But you learned it, and now you're doing it yourself. So is it up under, like, do you have the kids and the parents signed up under like a management company?
Yes, or? I have my own management group now. It's MMOIG management, and you'll have to go through my
yes, Money?
It's Momager, MMOIG, and the reason why it's called MMOIG because when I first started management, I pitched her my idea for a TV show to start the kids into modeling, because we was already getting all these different gigs come through. And I told her, what if we use those gigs and opportunities that's coming through and turn it into a TV show? She liked my idea for turning it into a TV show, which was how she ended up helping me become management. She told me I was responsible for finding my own kids to be on this TV show. I found 5 kids. Well, actually I found 3 kids, including my 2. And we took all 3 of them, plus my 2, and we took them to different gigs and did different gigs for them to help them get on billboards, magazines, TV shows, and all those type of things as well. So that's how I started my management, and that's how she ended up helping me become certified in management.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay, so you've seen like a good little gambit of different stuff now. No, so this is throwing me off. Hold on. I tell you, my kids sitting there messing up my interviews. I have 8 kids.
You have 8 kids?
I have 8.
Really? You enjoy being a dad?
Yeah.
I love being a mom.
It's it's a little stressful at times, whatever. But I mean, it's what I signed up for. I have 19 all the way down to a 5-year-old.
You got a 19-year-old? You don't look like you got a 19-year-old.
Oh, thank you. I'll be trying to
You don't look like you got a 19-year-old.
Thank you. So I love discussing the business side of stuff, whatever, because that's what my area of expertise is, business, with concentration in marketing. But like yourself, I've been in a lot of different industries, and they're starting to overlap with different things.
Yeah.
And I see where I'm saying your stuff like overlaps. Yeah. So you started your YouTube channel, and your YouTube channel to me appears to be more about like your personal YouTube channel, giving information back to us as a community, letting them know that these are industries they can get in and they can actually sustain a living. What inspired that? Because I'm like, you're still doing the management side, you still got to book your talents and stuff like that, and handle all those logistics and operations and all that, whatever, but you're also doing something like a side project of putting that information out there.
I started my YouTube, I started on that topic, those topics on my YouTube, simply because a lot of people came to me and they was like, how are you doing this? Like, what are you doing to make your YouTube grow so fast? What are you doing to help your kids grow on social media? So my goal with that part of my channel was to help other people understand that it's a lot of hard work, but if you actually put it in, you can be to that same place quicker than you expect. Like, a lot of people think it's like you have to be a huge social media influencer for you to be able to make a certain type of money on social media, and that's not true. You can actually just start a YouTube channel, but if you have the right amount of people watching and that target like number on your account of people who actually viewing, then they'll still work with you. It just depends on what their brand is and what they're trying to bring to the table for their brand. And if you can do that,
yeah, you can. I imagine everything, like all the checks are submitted and payments and stuff is like contracted work, right? So, do you like take out taxes yourself or send them to the side and all that?
Yes, you have to take out your own taxes. When they send you their check, let's say they give you $1,000 and they tell you you're getting paid $1,000, you get paid $1,000. Like, there's no taxes they're gonna take out of that. You better take out your own taxes out of that, or you might get in some trouble. So.
A lot of people, don't understand contracted work like that, because they're used to like the W-2 model and all that. But then I imagine there's a lot of different 1099s coming to the address. If you think about it, in the course of a year, all the different jobs, whatever. So do y'all? Okay, so let me ask this: you booking all your different talents, your girls, the disc girls, and the other kids. Are all the jobs based just in Georgia, or have you gone outside of Georgia?
We go outside of Georgia. Everything I do is in the Southeast region, so I cannot go past Southeast region. But for the most part, most work we do is in Georgia area. But we have some stuff in Florida, some stuff in like South Carolina. But really, I haven't went past those 3 areas. For the most part, we right there.
Like it's plenty of just opportunities in those areas where you don't really have to go outside.
And Atlanta has so many opportunities there, like filming the movies, a lot of photo shoots. If they doing product ads, they do it there. And I actually work with a photographer local here a lot. Miss Zaria. I don't know if you know Zaria.
Yeah, I had her I know Zaria.
But I work with Zaria a lot because I first started my first photo shoot with Zaria when I started my own photo shoots with stuff. And when I started with her with influencing work for them, she did a lot of their influencer photo shoots, and it works perfect.
That's what's up. Yeah, Zaria, she was my first videographer when I was filming the interviews, and she didn't want to do it. I got it right before she graduated Central Georgia Tech.
I seen y'all interview before.
So we did that interview, and then we did another one recently. I think it was it earlier this year or last year? I can't remember. But yeah, she does great work, and I've hired her to do like some stuff here with me when I do events and things of that nature as well. Yeah, she does dope work. That's what's up. Small world. So like, what was one of the best lessons you learned in like jumping into this work, whether it be the management side or even getting them to the influencer side and yourself taking that same path?
You mean like positive lesson or negative?
A lesson is a lesson if it's positive and negative. But whichever one you want to share.
My biggest lesson that I have learned is just keep going. Staying consistent with stuff, and don't listen to what a lot of people tell you. People on social media have told me a lot of negative stuff about my kids. I guess I don't know. To me, those are more adults who say more negative stuff than the kids who say negative stuff. They'll comment more negative stuff, and I kind of just had to learn not to focus on what those people are saying and kind of just stay focused on what I'm doing. I'm not gonna tell no lie. At one point, some of the stuff they were saying was making me feel some type of way about who I was, what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. And I had to just kind of put in my mind, like, these people are watching what you doing. And they come in about what you doing. And, like, they helping you, not hurting you, even though they saying negative things. It ain't all bad. it ain't a bad thing that's coming out of it all the time. So I had to put that in my head. To me, I had to turn that from a negative to a positive inside of my head, because at first I was looking at it all negative. Like it was just eating me up on the inside. It took me a minute to be like, okay, this ain't just a negative thing. It's kind of like got a positive twist to it too. So, and I also tell a lot of my parents who come to work with me that that's gonna come with putting your kids on social media. You have to be, I call it tough skin. Gotta have that tough skin, because they're gonna come in and they're gonna make you feel some type of way. And people say words don't hurt. That's not always true. Some of the stuff they say gon' hit home, but you know, you just have to be like, it is what it is, and keep moving.
Well, you know they say if you got no haters, you ain't popping. So
that part.
So, what are like some of the most rewarding things that you've experienced so far in your career?
Oh my God, to me, the most rewarding stuff, I would say, you know how most people think it's the money that you make. To me, it hasn't been the money. It's the places we went, the things we've done, and the people we met. Like, my daughter got to meet so many different celebrities now, and even I have gotten to meet, because it ain't just her, it's me, but they will actually interact with her. My daughter is also a rapper. My 7-year-old is a rapper, so she'll actually get to rap to those people, tell them her music, and they actually follow her back on Instagram, which is like super cool to me. She'll tell them about what she does, and the best thing to me is they actually listen. Like, you'll think like a lot of these celebrities and stuff won't listen, but they do. They will actually listen. Now, I done had some who just don't, but I had more who actually listen and follow you on social media and support what you're doing as well. A lot of my daughter's fan base came from when Rick Ross reposted her his story on Instagram as well. So that was cool. And Chloe Bailey actually reposted them on her story as well. And once that stuff happened, people started following them a lot more too. So
that's what's up. That's dope. I like that. So how are your kids enjoying the process? Are they just eating it up? And are they able to have like a somewhat of a normal life?
To me, they have a 100% normal life. Now, this is my personal opinion. They have a 100% normal life. They get to do everything that every other kid do, except like sometimes they told, you gotta wear this certain outfit today or stuff like that, which they don't mind. And it might be the fact that they've been doing it their whole life, and it don't really bother them too much. My oldest has got to the point where she like to pick out her own clothes for what she gonna wear. But the company, like, we've been working with Shein for like 4 years now. They send them boxes of clothes.
I just bought some Shein the other day.
Yeah, they have to wear those clothes and basically take a picture in it, talk about it on social media, and that don't bother them none. They love doing that. They love doing that part. It's awesome to them. Outside of the work stuff, they actually dance, and they don't go to public school. They actually do homeschool, which they never asked me about public school, I guess because they never experienced it before, but they never went to any kind of school other than homeschool. So that really don't bother them none. They love going to work. My youngest will boo-hoo cry if she get in trouble, and I tell her, you can't go to work. She just gonna cry about it. So yeah, they love doing it. It's something awesome to them. They love the toys they get. They send them toys. Even if we advertise for a movie, they'll send them toys behind it. And to them, it's just fun. They like, okay, I get to play with these cool toys. Yeah. It bother me now. But of course, it's still advertising for that toy. Like, I'm still recording them as they play with the toys or something.
Yeah, that, you know about Ryan, toy reviews and stuff on YouTube. I think huge success model, and I'm like, we did a deal with Target. We ain't that big
yet, but we would love to be.
I think that's a lot though to deal with. So as it grows, do you see where your kids and the kids that you manage will still stay within the realms of doing this, or do like what's your like plan for that? Because you know they can be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this anymore or whatever, and then
We actually have that in our contract. If they're for the other kids who aren't mine, if they decide like, okay, I don't want to play with toys, it ain't something that I want to do. I try to question them right then when the parent comes to me. What are your child into? I don't want that child to be advertising because I focus on. I feel like you should not advertise for something that you truly do not like.
Okay, so it
If
should
you
be all
don't like
organic and
a certain brand or you don't like a certain product, don't agree to advertise it. Before we do any advertisement, I have a conversation with that person. Do you know of this brand? Is it a brand that you heard of? If you don't know of this brand, we're going to do some research about this brand. I'll show you what I found about this brand, send you over that, and then you can come in and talk to me. We can see if your child actually likes this brand, this product. And then once that brand and product sent us, we'll go from there. Like send up the photo shoot and all that type of stuff. The best part about influencer work, you have the option if I want to do this or if I don't. You don't have to do everything that they tell you to do. It's even if you decide that they ain't paying me enough, you could say I don't want to do this because I feel like I'm bringing too much to the table for this brand and they're not bringing enough to the table for me.
Have you felt that way with any particular offer?
I've done that with Amazon products before. Like brands will message me about Amazon products. What I don't like about some Amazon companies, they will message you and they're like, you pay half of this and then we'll send you the product, and then after you do that, we'll send you the other half that you paid. I'm not going to do that. And I just tell them, I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't feel, what if I pay for half of this? I do this work and then you decide I'm not going to pay you the rest of that money. So I don't do that. Now, as far as my kids, we actually had a really big company that we worked with. I'm not going to say their name, but we had a really big company that we worked with. And I did not like that. They kept messaging me back. We had already went into this agreement. And I actually learned this in business class with them recently. I think his name is Robert.
Robert who?
The guy.
Oh, Robert Grant, yeah.
He told me a good trick to use for this type of situation. I'm going to start doing it because we went into contract with this company and we started working with them. And when my kids was doing the video and sending it back to them, they kept messaging me like, okay, we like the video, but we want you to change this, that. I'm like, they still have to do homework. They still got other brands and companies and stuff they're working with. They still got to go to sleep, be regular kids, and you keep asking me to change this every day. Every time I send it back to you, it's not good enough. And you kept saying, it's not good enough, it's not good enough. And it was hurting my nerve. I was like, oh my God, they ain't talking clear enough. We want them to do this. Like, that is the only thing that I really don't like about certain companies.
What Robert tell you to do?
He told me to put in my contract when I first started working with them that they get what you get what you get with them.
And that's gonna be it. And then any edits and stuff like that is additional.
Yeah, that's what he told me. I did not know. I did not know that was something I could do. But
I tell people that contract negotiation is like this. Someone sends you something, you go through it and you take a red pen or whatever and you just ink it up, what you don't like, and you send it back to them. And then either they're going to, because the contract, presenting the contract to me, that's the negotiation part until you finalize it, where both parties are agreed. And the best contract is where both parties feel a little salty about the contract and still go through with it. Because they're not going to get everything that they want, you're not going to get everything you want, and that's the best contract right there. Because it would be leaning towards one side, and it wouldn't present the opportunity for future collaborations and stuff like that because one side would feel slighted.
It took us 2 weeks to get that video right for that company, and I was like, I'm never working with them again. Like, it was just, I was like, never.
Yeah, but in doing this, there's no like blueprint, right?
Right.
And
It's
there's
like
nothing you
just
can
have to
draw
figure
off
it
of, so it's basically all your experiences make you better in the long run, so therefore you can bring people behind you and they won't have to go through the same experiences that you've had because you've already experienced those trials and tribulations. So, what do you want to accomplish, with your business, like the remainder of the year? Like, do you set goals or anything, or?
Like, as far as my goals, everything I'm doing is piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people think that it's crazy, but I've come to a realization, if you set a big goal,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot get to that big goal unless you do a lot of small things
Mm-hmm.
to get it. So what I do is set small goals,
Mm-hmm.
piece by piece. Every month I come up with my own goal.
Mm-hmm.
I smash that goal, knock that goal out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
do another different goal. And a lot of times, I will get to that goal before the end of that month, which makes me feel awesome.
That means you're moving and you're working and you're being productive.
I try to do it that way to get to that bigger goal.
Mm-hmm.
My goals for this term right now is I'm working on trying to get to 800 subscribers on YouTube.
You're very close, because I think you was at 700 or something.
Yes, I'm really working. I'm trying to get to 800 subscribers on YouTube. Every month or so, I let my supporters on YouTube know how far I have came, if I made it to that goal or not. So yeah, I'm trying to do that for YouTube, and I'm also with the kids. I'm trying to get them at least 2 new influencer gigs for the next month. Like, we already have one set up, but I need another backup for just. I like to have at least 2 or 3 things coming in at one time for them. And myself, I don't have any influencer gigs coming up.
So you get your goals set a month, and your kids getting to it for them, and then for yourself.
Yeah. I try to get them 2 influencer gigs per month. If they pulling in 2 influencer gigs per month, we doing great. If they pulling in other 2, and recently we've been doubling up on that, because I had like my own influencer gigs as well, and even if they're in collaboration with them, I still get my own funds and they get their own funds, which is awesome. So it's been working out awesome doing it that way.
That's what's up. Have you had like any parents run off with their kids on you?
I did one.
I imagine you probably have gone through that. Okay, and I'm sure you put protocols in place to keep that from happening again.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever had something like that happen. So, yeah, it was a lesson learned.
No, it was a lesson learned. I'm gonna tell you about a lesson I just learned here recently. Again. Okay. There was something else I was gonna. Oh, okay. So, how do you balance, regular life versus content creator life and management? Because I know how tedious the process is and how much work you have to put into it, but sometimes when it becomes like more of it's the flow of income for you, it's a revenue stream,
yes.
It can like take over.
Because this is my only source of income. For me, I don't make every day a content creator day.
Okay.
I noticed that a lot of people do who are bigger YouTubers, and maybe that's just what they do, but I try not to, because I don't like the clash of it. Of course, it clashes sometimes, your personal life and your content creator life. But it's like I try to balance the fact that I don't want my kids to think that I gotta record everything that they doing all day, every day, or record everything that I'm doing all day, every day. I still want to be able to have a regular life. So it's like I'm gonna cut out certain moments that we might film stuff, and certain moments that we just have regular family time. Regular moments where it's not camera in front of their face all the time.
Yeah.
And for me, it works. Like I said, I do notice that some people create content all day, and there's some people who will tell you like everything is content, which is true, but at
it
the end
don't
of
have
the
to
day,
be. Yeah.
right?
You need some sanity too.
Right.
And good for your mental health. Have you gotten to the point where people are recognizing you or your kids when you go out and about, and even when you try, like, say, go to a grocery store or whatever?
Me, no. My kids, yes.
They like try to come up to them and stuff like that and say stuff? And how do you approach those situations?
Oh God, that is a hard way. That is the most complicated, because I try not to hurt people's feelings by just being like, because they're kids. I don't like when strangers just talk to my kids. And I had some people give me some negative feedback about me saying this recently in a YouTube video. But I don't know. Like, when people come up to your kids, they hear kids. You teach your kids don't talk to strangers, like, it's a stranger, don't talk to them. But at the same time, I teach my kids, don't be rude to people, because they know you from social media. It's okay to speak to them, and it's okay to talk to them. I had people come up to me and be like, I seen your baby on the billboard. That's your baby who's on that billboard. And I'm like, yeah, That was him.
Yeah.
Hey, and my kid is like, I don't know if I should say hey, or because she just looking back and forth and be like, what should I do? And I'm like, it's okay to say hey at that point. Then I had some random people who just come up to my kids and they like, hey, your daddy's sisters, can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, okay.
Oh, so they basically disregard you being there, which is crazy. Yeah, see, that right there would set me off or whatever.
Right,
because
that's
I'm
the
like,
problem when stuff like that.
Acknowledge the parents and be like, hey, is it okay? Can I speak to your child? So therefore, your
and it's
child,
confusing to them.
Yeah.
So they like, I don't know if I should speak to these people, or if I shouldn't speak to these people, because you tell me don't speak to them, but then you tell me do speak to them.
Yeah.
And I had that conversation with my daughter. She was like, you tell me to speak to people, then you tell me don't speak to people. I don't know if I And I'm like, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain it because she's a little kid.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation.
Okay. So what's your plan when all your kids get grown and all that stuff? What you going to be doing?
I plan on taking on other kids, honestly.
Oh, okay. So you think you're going to keep working with kids?
I love doing this.
Okay.
Like, it became my passion. Even though it started out as something that my kids were doing, I feel like my kids opened up a door for me to find my passion. So it's something that I really and truly love doing.
So you're accepting new clients now?
I am not.
Okay.
I
love it.
not.
I am not. I am busy. I got 7 of them already?
Right. 7
Don't need no more.
Management is a lot.
So what about like teaching the parents like classes or something? Say if they want to become the management for representation.
I would love to do that. I never thought about doing that before, but
Really?
I would love to do that.
I'm like, now you got that. You have knowledge. You have resources. You
And
have
somebody else
expertise.
helped me do it, and I think I think that a lot of people get into that thing. Like, I did everything myself. I might have did do it myself, but I still had some help along the way. And I think people forget that. Like, you did have somebody help you, or somebody who told you how to do this. You didn't do 100% everything on your own. Yeah. Even though, in general, I did it on my own. I got up every morning. I made it happen. I still had somebody else who told me, this is what
they armed you with the resources and the tools, and you went out there and executed.
Right.
So okay, so that's a new thing for you.
Right,
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, no, you should. I think you definitely do that. Like, I teach podcast classes and teach people how to, run their businesses and all that, whatever. And especially if they're trying to get their businesses to 6 figures or more. I've already done it, or whatever. So I'm constantly doing it now. So, and I know what the magnitude of that looks like and what processes you have to put in place to make sure that it continues to happen and to handle the demand. You know what I'm saying? The supply to demand. Okay, so for anybody out there who's going to check out your content, and if they want to go, I guess, the kids want to go check out the kids' content and stuff like that, where do you want them to go to?
My YouTube is Momager Life with G, that's G-E-E. Or you can put G Baby George, that's G.BABII. If you look that up on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, you'll still find me. If you look on looking for the girls, they are on Instagram at _Dennis Sisters. They're on Spotify as Zeta the Great, that's GR8. They are on every streaming platform as the Dennis Sisters. So you pretty much can find them everywhere at the Dennis Sisters.
That's what's up. So y'all make sure y'all go and support, go and subscribe. When you see them out there in the streets, do not approach the kids. Ask the parents, is it okay to say something to the child, and then you'll be directed on what to do. Yes. Exactly. But yeah, y'all go and support and show love, and like everybody in this Middle Georgia area who be wanting to know how to do this stuff and get paid, it's a resource right here.
And I don't mind helping anybody.
Exactly, but don't be playing with people's time though. Put that out there. But yeah, y'all keep on supporting the Big Dot Radio Show, the page, Facebook, all that stuff, watching for the different skits and everything. And more stuff coming soon.
Me why they sleeping on me, on me, oh. Tell me why they sleeping